It all started just 2 years ago when two of the greatest leaders in Christendom from two different denominations in two cities came together to honor Israel in what proved to be one of the greatest nights of our ministry. Our choir and orchestra took the stage and opened the evening in a celebration of worship where thousands responded in agreement with their praise to our God.
I'd like to say about this choir, you're enough to make a Baptist shout. I'm going to tell you that. I saw some of the Pentecostals holding on to the chair. I thought, boy, they're going to run any minute.
Following a glorious night of unity and honor among our Jewish friends, came an invitation to visit the Promised Land the very next year and sing from atop and among some of the most cherished and hallowed sites in Israel. After completing a 10-day tour of this sacred land, God continued to bless our ministry with another opportunity to serve through an invitation to the 10th annual Kufi Summit meeting in our nation's capital. The choir and orchestra of FBA received the greatest honor and blessing of ministering in such an historic event. We were doubly blessed recently to enjoy a night of reflection and relaxation with our ministry friends around the table at the Georgia Aquarium, which included our own Dr. Stanley and Dr. and Mrs. Hagee. So, what is God up to next? Life principle number 25 says, God blesses us so that we might bless others. On July 18th, we have the opportunity to return to the Washington Convention Center to bless thousands once again as we have been blessed. But this time, we'll travel to Washington by way of Amtrak because we'll be coming from 2 days in New York City.
New York, New York. I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep and find I'm king of the hill, top of the heap. These little town blues.
That's right. Our pastor has given us the opportunity to take a day away from our service here on Sunday. We leave for New York City on Saturday afternoon, July 16th.
If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York.
We will fly Delta nonstop to LaGuardia and be transported to the historic Edison Hotel in Times Square. Upon arrival, we will check into our beautifully appointed rooms to relax and prepare for a banquet-style feast at the famous Buca di Beppo Italian Kitchen, which is just a 2-minute walk from our hotel. There, we will enjoy a 5-course, 5-star meal fit for a king. After a great night's sleep, we will awaken to a fresh continental-style breakfast before leaving for worship at the Brooklyn Tabernacle. That's right, the very place where songs like "Thou, O Lord," "I Bowed on My Knees," "Midnight Cry," and many other favorites originated. After attending the 12 noon service, we'll be transported via motor coach to Penn Station for lunch before boarding our Amtrak car for Washington, D.C. This 3-hour rail trip will take us through some of the most scenic, picturesque sights between New York and Washington. Once we arrive at the magnificent Union Station in Washington, we will enjoy one of the many dinner options in the station before checking into the pristine Grand Hyatt Hotel, just 1 block from the convention center. After a long day of excitement and first-time experiences, we will rest in the most comfortable and luxurious 4-star accommodations at the Hyatt. On Monday morning, the events begin with plenty of CUFI options, including meetings with world and national leaders. The main event takes place, as it did this year, in the grand ballroom before thousands of excited attendees, inspirational speakers, and dignitaries. On Tuesday, we will once again have the opportunity to show our support for Israel in face-to-face meetings with our congressmen and senators on Capitol Hill before our departure that afternoon. Flights will begin returning to Atlanta at 5 p.m. This Capitol Apple Tour 2016 has 4 price options. The full deal, complete tour with air travel, local ground transportation, most meals, and accommodations to both cities. The full deal without air transportation. The there and back to Washington only for 2 days, 1 night hotel, or the meet us there option.
Hi choir, it's me, Richard Gruen, choir member and former choir president for 12 minutes and 38 seconds. Here to tell you about the CUFI convention for 2016, which looks like it's going to be fun, exciting, and inspirational. Here to tell you more about the details is Rodney Brooks, but before he does, there's something I need to tell you. I may not be seeing you for a while. Evidently, parking in a handicapped parking spot requires a permit. Otherwise, it's illegal. And stubbing your toe does not exempt you from that regulation. So, I may be going away for a while. For how long?
7 years, hard labor.
7 years, hard labor. Which actually, when you think about it, is not that bad. It's kind of like being in the choir. So without further ado, here is Dr. Roger Brooks to tell you more about CUFI, and I'll see you in 7 years. Bye.